because isolation times.
It's someday in some month, and who cares anymore? The passage of time is now as fluid and ceaseless as my bowel movements after I ignore my IBS and Uber Eats some Afghan kebabs and garlic naan. And with that visual, welcome to the isolation times. So, in the last week, we've had more deaths caused by COVID 19, an Arctic chill that blew through Melbourne, wild weather that created 100 km/h winds, and now 88 suburbs have been told their water isn't safe to drink anymore. What the hell, Melbourne? Did we piss off an old gypsy woman? Did we walk under a ladder while chasing a black cat? Do we need to paint a giant evil eye all over the city? What next? A plague of locusts? Sacrificing our firstborns? While our daily COVID infection numbers have gone down significantly, at this rate, we'll lift restrictions just in time for an asteroid strike. Did I mention there's an asteroid that might actually strike, by the way? That's a real thing. We'll get there. Okay, so first, the water. So, Thursday's freak windstorm caused electrical damage that ended up contaminating the water supply in up to 88 suburbs, which means those suburbs now cannot drink water from their taps without first boiling it. Look, I'll be honest. Right, when immigrants from the third world countries get together, the first thing we talk about and marvel at is how you can drink water from the taps here. That's literally why we moved here. People always say, oh, those immigrants coming over here to take our jobs and get on Centrelink. No, we don't want your jobs. We don't want Centrelink. I mean, yes, those things are nice too, but it's mainly the clean drinking water that we're after. Back home, drinking water directly from the tap is guaranteed to become your superhero origin story. Except instead of the proportional strength of a spider, you're likely to get the proportional strength of someone with chronic dysentery. And then I came here and turned on the tap, put a glass under it, and wham! I can drink water just like that. I don't have to boil it first, disinfect it, pray over it, sacrifice a black goat and a chicken to make a pilgrimage to Mecca for it. I can just drink it. Except now, if you live in one of the 88 suburbs, that's no longer a luxury that you can enjoy. I'm telling you, someone somewhere has a voodoo doll of Melbourne and they are beating the crap out of it. I'm looking at you, Sydney. I've seen the way you've been smirking this whole time. Justice has been served news now, and the terrorist responsible for the horrific attack in Christchurch last year has been sentenced to life in prison without parole. It's an unprecedented sentencing, unlike anything in New Zealand's history. The court proceedings were emotional and difficult, but the one moment that's really become a global sensation is Ahad Nabi's. Ahad Nabi is the son of a 71-year-old man who was shot by the terrorist as he greeted him. Walking into the courtroom, Ahad was wearing a Kiwi rugby jersey and an Afghan hat, and he told the mass murderer, "You have become the trash of society. You deserve to be buried in landfill," then showed him 2 middle fingers. That right there is the energy I'm going to carry forward into 2020. That's the energy we need to get through this. No matter what comes at us, we're going to embrace our diversity, our strength, and give 2 middle fingers to anyone that tries to stop us. Someone please turn America off and then on again news now, and the Republican National Convention concluded Friday after speeches from the couple that pointed guns at Black Lives Matter protesters walking past their house and a random teenager with a MAGA hat on. It's rumored that coronavirus turned down an invitation to be a speaker as it didn't want its brand tarnished. In a statement, the virus said, "I'm a pandemic, but even I've got standards, damn it." The highlight had to be this speech by Trump advisor Kimberly Guilfoyle, who clearly rehearsed a speech for a live audience only to be alone in a studio.
It's all on the line. President Trump believes in you. He emancipates and lifts you up to live your American dream. You are capable. You are qualified, you are powerful, and you have the ability to choose your life and determine your destiny. is the leader who will rebuild the promise of America and ensure that every citizen can realize their American dream. Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
You know, I actually feel bad for her. That long, awkward pause there, that's what every comedian doing stand-up over Zoom experiences after delivering the punchline. Another notable moment was Trump's third wife, Melania Trump, saying Donald Trump will not abandon you. She hopes. The overall theme of the convention was that America needs Trump to rescue it from the chaos it finds itself in. Except it's in that chaos because it's had Trump for the last 4 years. That's like a pyromaniac working as the firefighter who comes to put out the fire he started himself. That's like vomiting all over a buffet and then saying, "It's okay, I'm the chef." That's like being Donald Trump. He is both a metaphor and an analogy for himself. And finally, some good news. NASA has spotted an asteroid that has a 1 in 240 chance of striking Earth one day before the US election. At this point, the asteroid is leading in the polls as the best outcome of the election. That's all from the Isolation Times this week. Tune in next week if we all haven't been wiped out by a flood or eaten by giant goblins or whatever's next. Buy a mug, everyone. Isolation Times mug, deliveredlive.com.au. Go and buy the merch. I'll be back next week, hopefully.